this is What If Naruto Was a Prodigy Part 6. In my last video, I said it was Part 12, but it was actually Part 13. Sorry for that, but let's get into it. Last time we left off on Naruto being put in the bingo book, going to the academy, graduating first place, training Sasuke, and making him awaken his Tsutomu, and agreeing to help Sasuke kill not the Uchiha clan, kill Itachi. So that's where we left off. And now we are at the academy the next day, and Iruka, he shows up in Naruto. So no, not right now. He doesn't show up right now. So Naruto, he's chilling, and a couple of kids that were there, we're gonna say it's Kiba and Akamaru. They're curious why Naruto, he wears the cloak, because he still wears that outfit that I was talking about with the cloak, the gray shirt, and the gray pants. I'm pretty sure that's what I said. If it's not that, well, he changed it to that, and he still has the headphones, and he's just listening to music. And Kiba takes off Naruto's cloak, and it's nothing there on his left arm. And he takes off Naruto's shirt, and Naruto, he's ripped. And they see this, he stands up and he punches Kiba through the wall, and he has no left arm, and they see this, and we're gonna say God, I'm really forgetting it. And quick side note, I'm starting the new Naruto series. If you watching this, you're gonna be one of the first people to know. I'm making a new series called What If Naruto Was on Team 10, and that actually, you'll be really surprised how much that changes the story in my What If. But enough with that, let's get on to the What If. And we're gonna say Sakura comes up and touches his left arm. He smacks her because, that's weird. And then he tries to go say sorry to her and said it was just her reflex. And then we're gonna say Tinted just touching his chest because, he's ripped. And then he puts his shirt back on and his cloak because it's kind of getting uncomfortable. He sits back by Sasuke. And Sasuke just smiles at him, and Naruto puts his head down on the ground. And Luka, he comes in, seeing that there's a big hole in the wall, and Kiba's knocked out in the other classroom. He's not saying nothing about it though. He just goes on talking about how there's a new student is gonna be graduating with them, and that he introduces her. We're gonna say her name is gonna be Akame Nara. This is gonna be Shikamaru's big sister. I know he doesn't have one in canon, but he's gonna have one now. Akame Nara. And she sits by Sasuke and Naruto. We're gonna say nobody sits by them. Sakura's tried to a couple of times, but Naruto doesn't let her. But he lets her, and she's pouting, asking Naruto why does she let her sit by them. But he doesn't answer. They're just chilling. We're gonna say in this past time, Yuki, Sarutobi, that was Naruto's sensei. We're gonna say he's been talking to Yuki and his teammates, and Yuki's kind of like a big brother to him, and they're basically like a family, just no parents. But between this time, oh god, Katsume Uchiha And yeah, Katsume, he didn't get killed with the Uchiha gun. He wasn't there. And what's her name? What was I gonna say her name was? I forgot her name. Wait, hold on. Let me find out what her name was. Her name was Momo. Her name is Momo Senju. They're dating now. Momo and Katsume. So they get assigned their teams, and we're gonna say not Momo. Iwuka calls team. He says team negative. Yeah, it's gonna be a team negative. And everybody's confused, but they don't speak on it. And Naruto, he gets his name called. He says team negative. Naruto Uzumaki and Akame Nara. And they get set aside. And everybody's confused because there wasn't a third person. And we're going to say another new student was called Sai. But it's basically going to be the teams are exactly the same. Just Sai's on Team 7 instead of Naruto. So all their senseis get called. And even Team 7 and Ruka leaves and Yuki Sarutobi body flickers into the classroom, and Naruto's gonna say, "What's up, big brother Yuki?" And they give each other a hug, and Akame sees us chilling, and they go up to the rooftop and talk about their goals. Naruto's goal is, well, his likes is ramen, training, and the girls. Yeah, we're gonna say Naruto. He's kind of like a Jiraiya sensei, but not at the same level as Jiraiya. But we're not gonna speak on that right now. So, this kind of weirds out Akame. Kind of makes her uncomfortable, but she was cool. And this surprises Yuki because before, since today's talked, Naruto wasn't really like that. But Naruto's changed. He realized that Naruto's changed. And Akame says her likes, well, I didn't finish Naruto's. Naruto's dislikes are people who disrespect him and people who mess with him and people who take off his cloak. And Akame's confused and his mask and people who try to see my face. Because Naruto, he wears a mask again, but not a full face mask, just a mask covering his nose and his mouth like Kakashi's. So Akame's kind of confused, like he doesn't want people to see what's under his cloak and his mask. And we're gonna say Naruto said he doesn't really have a goal right now, and except for getting a girlfriend. And Akame said her likes are training, hanging out with her little brother. And Naruto interrupts her saying, "We share at least one like. That's good." And she realizes that Naruto and Shikamaru were friends. And she goes on saying she likes hanging out with her friends. Well, her friend is Akame. I mean, not Akame. She is Akame. Her friend is Momo. But Naruto doesn't know this because he hasn't talked to Momo for like 2 months. And she says her dislikes are being weirded out by people who look at Naruto, but Naruto doesn't catch her looking at her. And lazy people like her brother. And she says her goal is to be Kage. Yep. Naruto's not gonna become the Kage. She probably is. It depends on what I want to end up wanting to do with this or that at the end. So, yeah, if you're realizing by now that this video is taking longer than 10 minutes, my videos are gonna start being 20 minutes, or eventually, once you guys actually start sharing my videos and liking and subscribing, probably 30 eventually. But until that happens, 30 minutes is not gonna happen. Actually, if you want me to do 30 minutes, I gotta see 2 comments saying that they want to see 30-minute videos. So she says hers, and they get told that they're gonna be doing a test tomorrow to officially make them Chunin, Genin, even though he knows they're more capable enough. Because we're gonna say, Yuki, he already knows about Naruto being in the bingo book as an S-rank ninja. And Akame, we're gonna say she has a reputation in the village. But a silent one, like only known to like the Chunin and higher. And like one of the best Naruto clan members. So they skip a day. Well, we skip a day, and we wake up, and since Akame, she's a Naruto, she's really smart. We're gonna say she's smarter than her younger brother, Shikamaru. And Naruto, he's pretty smart alone. And he knows that not eating would be a bad idea, so they both eat. And Yuki, he is there late. And Naruto, he's there late. Yuki doesn't show up late. Naruto does. And they start their bell test. And they know the meaning of it, but there's one bell instead this time. And Akame, she shadow possesses him. And Naruto, he goes and cuts off the bells. But Yuki ends up breaking out in just in time to catch the bells out of Naruto's hands. And he kicks Naruto. Naruto flies into a tree and poofs into smoke. And he sees Agame behind him, charging in with a punch. And she misses and gets put her face into the ground, and and then it changes. She changes into a Naruto, and we're gonna see it was a transformation due to for Akame to be able to shadow possess him to get him confused. And Naruto, he kicks him in the face and kicks him in the kneecaps, so he can barely walk because it hurt and because Naruto's strong. And he grabs the bells and he passes one to Akame, and he says that he'll rather have Akame pass than him, and he can't have a beautiful girl be put behind him. It's just not right. And he gets told they all pass. And he knew it, but even if that wasn't the case, he would have still did the same thing. And Akame, she busts, but Naruto, he doesn't see this because he just not paying attention to her. And they all leave. We're gonna say Naruto, he's meditating at his house, and he sees Karama in his mindscape, and he asks Karama. We're gonna say he's been doing this for the past 3 months. So even when he was in the academy, he's starting to build a relationship with Karama, and he's asking Karama, can they finally link together and like become a family? Because we're gonna say recently they became friends and going closer together, and we're gonna say Naruto's able to link with Kurama and basically become his son because Naruto's always wanted like kind of a dad. So that's basically what Kurama's been to Naruto recently. And Naruto and Kurama says sure. And this opens the gate automatically, and this makes Naruto's eyes go slit like and orange, and we're gonna say he's feels something around his butt area. He don't need a poop, it's just he's growing tails, because that's what this link does. It basically is turning you basically into a fox. But he's not just gonna have one tail. He's not just gonna have one tail. He's gonna eventually grow 9 tails, but for now he barely has a tail. And Naruto, he goes to sleep, and he's happy that he has a father basically now. And we're gonna do a flashback. Naruto's having a flashback in his dream, like when he first met Kurama 3 months ago. Well, 4 months ago. He was confused because he was never told he was a tail beast in Jinchuriki. He walks up to Kurama's cage, and Kurama asks him, "Why are you here, brat?" Naruto asks Kurama, "What's your name?" "Fox." Kurama's confused because nobody's actually ever asked him that before except for the 66 path. Was ever nice to him before, and the rest of them ever only asked for his power. And Kurama says, as if someone as with my power would give you their name. Laughable. Now leave me alone, child. And Naruto, he wakes up, and it's the next day. And look at the time skip a couple of weeks. He's been training with Akame and Yuki, and he's learned a lightning style jutsu. No, not lightning style. We're gonna say he's learned another. Oh yeah, I remember. Didn't I say? Well, we're gonna do a flashback if I didn't already do this last time. Naruto, he sees Iruka training hard, and him and Iruka's been going to bond recently in this flashback. And he sees Iruka, and he wants to train with Iruka, and Iruka decides that he should train Naruto in his jutsu, and it's basically like echolocation, but with chakra. And Naruto, he perfected this jutsu. He can see really far away chakra signatures and able to detect exactly who it is, pinpoint exactly who it is. Even if he hasn't seen this person in about 2 years, he can still detect them. So they get told that by Yuki that they're gonna be gone for about 5 months. And we're gonna say by this 2 years, Naruto, he's grown a tail, 1 full tail. Well, these 2 weeks, Naruto's grown a tail. And he has a hole in his pants to let that tail show, and everybody's starting calling him more and more of a demon because he has the tail and the slit orange eyes. And Akame, she hasn't questioned it yet, but now since the tail is full, she asks him why is he changing so much, and he tells him the whole thing with Kurama and stuff. And she kind of thinks it's cool. And Yuki's kind of concerned for Naruto because he thinks this is gonna put him more at risk with the villagers and the elders. So they go on their 5-month training trip, but I'm not gonna go into that this part. You should have share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss on another video. Peace.